Go ahead and read on.
Bound with two chains.
Amen. Sleep between two soldiers now, and even bound with chains. But the Lord gonna deliver him, and you know how the Lord gonna deliver him, don't you? Go ahead and read on.
And the keepers before the door kept the prison.
You know, he got keepers around him, bound with chains, and got soldiers, and he's sleeping between soldiers. Now they gonna make Satan he don't get away, but he gonna get away. Go ahead and read on.
And behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison.
Who showed up? The angel of the Lord came up on him, and a light shined in the prison. Go ahead and read on.
And he smote Peter on the side, and raised him up, saying,
Go ahead.
Arise up quickly. And his chains fell off from his hands.
Isn't that something? You know, he just smoked Peter on the side. They ain't woke up.
Sir.
So the angel that came in there, you know, and the chains that fell off of Peter's hand, and the soldiers that was there guarding him, they didn't even wake up. You understand what I'm saying? But notice how the Lord is delivering his servant. He is delivering him by the hand of the angel. Go ahead and read on.
And the angel said unto him, Gird thyself, and bind on thy sandals. And so he did. And he saith unto him,
He done girded himself, bound on his sandals, and the soldiers still didn't wake up. Go ahead and read on.
Cast thy garment about thee, and follow me.
Go ahead.
And he went out and followed him, and wist not that it was true which was done by the angel, but thought he saw a vision.
He didn't even believe it himself. You know, he said, I must be dreaming here. Let me shake my head. This got to be a dream. Go ahead and read on.
When they were past the first and the second ward, they came unto the iron gate that leadeth unto the city, which opened to them of his own accord.
Now, here the gate just flew open of his own accord. Go ahead and read.
And they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him. And when Peter was come to himself, he said, Now I know of a surety that the Lord has sent his angel, and had delivered me out of the hand of Herod.
So now Peter said, Now I know of a surety that the Lord have sent his angel, and he have delivered me out of the hand of Herod. Finish that verse up.
And from all the expectation of the people of the Jews.
Now he said, you know, because the people, they were expecting to kill him, right? But he said, now the Lord have delivered me out of these people's hand, and of all the expectation of the Jew. But the Lord did it by the hand of an angel. Let's go now to Daniel chapter 6. Show you another thing. And we're going to start reading at verse 1. Daniel 6, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. 6 and 1. Okay. Go ahead and read.
It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom.
Go ahead.
And over these 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was first, that the princes might give accounts unto them, and the king should have no damage.
So now, you know, Israel, they was in bondage. You understand what I'm saying? But now the Lord done raised up Daniel and fixed it so he will be one of the presidents, and he will over the rest of the presidents even. Go ahead and read on.
Then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes, because an excellent spirit was in him.
Go ahead.
And the king thought to him, and the king thought to set him over the whole realm.
Go ahead.
Then the presidents and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom.
Now they was envious against Daniel, so now they gonna look for some occasion against him. Go ahead and read on.
But they could find none occasion nor fault, for as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found in him.
Go ahead.
Then said these men, We shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his God.
And so the only thing that we can find against this guy, it's got to be something against the law of his God. Otherwise, you know, we don't see nothing he's doing wrong that we can take it to the king. So now it's got to be some fault with the way that he deals with his God. Go ahead and read on.
Verse 6.
Go ahead.
Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king and said thus unto him, King Darius, live forever.
Go ahead.
All the presidents of the kingdom, the governors and the princes, the counselors and the captains have consulted together to establish a royal statute and to make a firm decree.
See what they done all did? They done consulted together to establish a statute and to make a firm decree. So they got to find some out against Daniel. So now they done all put their heads together, and they're going to establish this decree. Then they're going to present it to the king. Go ahead and read on.
That whosoever shall ask a petition of any god or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions.
Well, they knew that wasn't going to fly with Daniel. So they said, this is how we'll get it. You know, we'll say, whoever petitioned any other god other than you, O king, then he need to be cast to the den of lions. See, the king didn't know what was going on. Later, he going to figure it out, though. Go ahead and read on.
Now, O king, establish the decree and sign the writing.
See what they said? Now, O king, establish the decree and sign this writing. Go ahead and read.
That it be not changed, according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which alter it not.
Go ahead.
Wherefore King Darius signed the writing and the decree. Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows being opened in his chamber toward Jerusalem, he kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed.
Now, notice what he did. He went into his house and with his window being open toward Jerusalem. Because the Lord had it written, you know, in Kings that if Israel be carried away captive, then what they should do, they should pray toward that city.
Yes,
and the Lord said that he would hear them, and that is what Daniel did. Because Israel was in bondage this time under the Medes and the Persians. So now they prayed toward, Daniel prayed toward Jerusalem. He kneeled down 3 times a day and did it. Go ahead and read.
And gave thanks before his God,
Go ahead.
as he did aforetime. Then these men assembled and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his God.
Go ahead.
Then they came near and spake before the king concerning the king's decree.
So they saw what Daniel was doing. Then they took it back to the king. Go ahead and read.
Hast thou not signed the decree that every man that shall ask a petition of any god or man within 30 days, save of thee, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions?
Go ahead.
The king answered and said, the thing is true, according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which alter it not.
Go ahead.
Then answered they and said before the king that Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity of Judah, regarded not thee, O king, nor the decree that thou hast signed, but maketh his petition 3 times a day.
See what they said? O king, you know, Daniel down there, he ain't paying you no attention. You know, he's still petitioning some other God, and he's even doing it 3 times a day. Go ahead and read on.
Then the king, when he heard these words, was sore displeased with himself, and set his heart on Daniel to deliver him.
Now, he was displeased because he figured out what had happened. You know, he knew they had plotted against Daniel, and he figured that out. So now, and he was displeased because he had made that decree, and he wanted to deliver Daniel. But however, he had to go through with his word because he had signed a decree that he must be thrown to the den of lions. However, we're going to find out the Lord is going to deliver him, and he will do it by the hand of an angel. Go ahead and read on.
And he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him.
And he did everything that he could to deliver him. However, his word had to go forth because he had signed the decree. Go ahead and read on.
Then these men assembled unto the king and said unto the king, Know, O king, that the law of the Medes and Persians is that no decree nor statute which the king established may be changed. Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions.
So they reminded him, you know, any decree that is made, it cannot be changed. So he had to go on through with it, and he cast him into the den of lions. Go ahead and read on.
Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, Thy God, whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee.
Go ahead and read.
And a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den. And the king sealed it with his own signet, and with the signet of his lords, that the purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting. Neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. Then the king arose very early in the morning and went in haste unto the den of lions. And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living God, is thy God, whom thou servest continually, able to deliver thee from the lions? Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My God has sent his angel.
See what Daniel said? My God has sent his angel, and his angel has delivered me. Go ahead and finish that.
And has shut the lions' mouths.
And he has shut the Lord has sent the angel that has shut the lion's mouth. You understand what I'm saying? Again, the Lord had his angels around Daniel because Daniel feared the Lord. Finish that verse up, and we're going to move on.
That they have not hurt me. For as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt.
Now, Let's go over to Psalm chapter 90.